Honey, my favorite, ring for you. Waiting is not passive. I've learned that loving you from afar is an active thing, a daily choice, a quiet discipline of the heart. I wake up each morning and carry you into the day like a promise I refuse to set down. Time behaves strangely now. Some hours crawl, dragging their feet as if they know I am counting them. Other moments disappear too quickly, leaving me feeling cheated, as though I've lost something I didn't even get to hold. Every minute without you feels both endless and insufficient, like time itself doesn't know how to serve this kind of love. I measure my days in almost calling you, almost hearing your voice, almost reaching the moment when distance loosens its grip. There is a tenderness in these almost, but also a cruelty. They remind me how close you feel and how far away you still are. I talk to you when you're not here, not out loud though. Sometimes I want to butt in the private spaces of my mind. I tell you about the small things, what the sky looked like this morning, how something reminded me of you, how my heart reacted before I could stop it. I imagine your responses, not because I don't know what you'd say, but because knowing you has become instinct. There are moments when the missing feels almost unbearable, not dramatic, not loud, just heavy, like gravity has increased and my heart has to work harder just to stay upright. I sit with that weight because pushing it away would mean pushing you away too, and I refuse to do that. Distance has a way of sharpening memory. I remember you with terrifying clarity. The sound of your voice doesn't fade, it deepens. Your presence doesn't blur, it becomes more precise, as if my mind is determined to keep you intact, to protect you from the erosion of time. I wonder sometimes how something so intangible can feel so real. How can I feel your absence more strongly than the presence of everything else around me? How can love cross so much space and still land directly in my chest? Some nights, hope is what carries me. The quiet belief that this distance is temporary, that there will be a day when I won't have to imagine your touch because it will be real again. I hold on to that future like a lifeline, not because the present is unbearable, but because love deserves an ending that feels like home. Other nights, hope feels fragile. On those nights, I rely on faith. Instead, faith in what we've built, faith in the way our hearts recognize each other, faith in the truth that love like this doesn't disappear just because it's tested. It transforms, it grows quieter, deeper, stronger. I have learned patience in a way I never wanted to. Not the neat, graceful kind, but the raw kind, the kind that hurts, the kind that asks you to trust without giving you proof. Loving you has taught me how to wait without losing myself. And somehow, through all of this, you remain my peace. Even in absence, you steady me. The thought of you is enough to slow my breathing, to remind me why this is worth it, to anchor me when the missing tries to pull me under. I don't resent the distance. I don't curse the waiting. I see them as part of our story, not the part we would have chosen, but the part that reveals how deeply we are willing to love. Anyone can love when it's easy. We are learning how to love when it requires endurance. So I wait not with resignation, but with intention. I wait with your name resting gently in my heart. I wait believing that every day apart is a step closer to the moment we no longer have to imagine each other. And when that day comes, when distance finally loosens, it's hold I know I will look at you and feel everything at once, the ache, the patience, the longing, the quiet strength it took to get there. Until then, my love, I carry the weight of waiting not as a burden, but as proof that what we have is worth every second of the wait. My love, being far from you is the strangest mix of emotions I've ever known. A quiet storm, a tenderness that hurts, a hunger that doesn't know where to rest. Some days it feels unreal, like my life split into two timelines. One where you exist in memory and imagination, and one where I wake up without the weight of your body beside mine. I move through rooms that know my name but not yours, and I keep expecting the door to open as if distance were just a misunderstanding that will apologize and leave. There is a kind of silence that only comes from missing someone you love. It isn't empty, it's crowded with thoughts of you. Your voice echoes in the pauses of my day, your laughter hides in the corners of my mind. Your absence presses against my chest like a second heartbeat, one that aches instead of keeping time. I didn't know longing could be this physical. No one warns you that missing someone can feel like a hand around your ribs, or like your breath comes in half measures, as if the rest of the air belongs to them.